Are your rose bushes producing nothing but thorns, or do the flowers wilt the moment they bloom? Most gardeners make the mistake of spending hours on the wrong tasks, neglecting the small things that actually matter. In today's video, I'm skipping the long stories and getting straight to the point. I'm going to share 5 specific fixes that take only 5 minutes each, but will transform your garden in less than a week. Pay close attention to the 5th tip, as it's the ultimate secret I use in my own garden to keep blooms coming all season long. Let's dive right in. Step 1. The clean-cut strategy. The very first thing you need to do right now is a technique called deadheading, but most people do it completely wrong. When a flower begins to fade or lose its vibrant color, we often leave it on the bush far too long. This forces the plant to waste its precious internal energy on producing seeds rather than new flowers. To fix this, you must take a sharp, sterilized pair of pruners and find the first 5-leaf junction below the spent bloom. Make a clean, decisive cut at a 45-degree angle pointing away from the center of the bush. This specific angle prevents water from sitting on the wound, which avoids rot. By removing the old bloom at exactly this spot, you signal the plant's hormones to stop seed production and start pumping out brand new buds immediately. However, a clean cut is only half the battle. If the soil underneath is suffocating and hard, those new buds will never stand a chance. And that brings us to our next crucial step. Step 2. Breathing room for roots over time. The soil around your roses becomes compacted from watering and foot traffic, creating a hard crust that prevents oxygen and nutrients from reaching the root zone. Roses are heavy breathers, and when the soil is packed tight, the roots begin to starve. To fix this in under 5 minutes, take a small hand fork or a sturdy trowel and gently loosen the top 2 to 3 inches of soil in a wide circle around the base of the plant. This process, known as aeration, breaks up the surface tension and allows the roots to breathe and absorb food more efficiently. While you are doing this, look for any weeds that might be stealing nutrients and pull them out by the root. This simple move transforms the soil structure from a concrete-like state into a healthy, fluffy environment. But be very careful. Once you've opened up the soil and exposed the root area, the way you water becomes twice as important, because doing it at the wrong time can invite deadly fungus. Step 3. The deep soak secret. Roses absolutely hate having their leaves wet. Yet the most common mistake I see is gardeners spraying their bushes from the top down with a hose. This is the fastest way to invite black spot, rust, and powdery mildew into your garden, which can kill a bush in weeks. Instead, you must apply water directly to the base of the plant, focusing on a deep soak rather than a quick splash. The secret timing is to do this early in the morning, so any accidental splashes on the lower foliage have time to evaporate completely before the sun goes down. A deep soak encourages the roots to grow further down into the ground, making the plant more drought-resistant and stable during high winds. By keeping the leaves dry and the roots hydrated, you create a fortress of health for your roses. While proper watering keeps the plant alive and resilient, it doesn't provide the high-octane fuel needed for those massive, vibrant petals. For that, we need to look inside your own kitchen. Step 4. Kitchen Gold Fertilizer. You don't need to spend a fortune on chemical fertilizers to get professional, competition-level results in your backyard. Some of the best nutrients for roses are actually sitting in your trash can right now. Used tea leaves are packed with nitrogen and tannic acid, which keeps your rose foliage a deep, healthy green and slightly acidifies the soil. Just rinse and dry them before mixing them into the top layer of dirt. For an even bigger blooming boost, take your old banana peels, chop them into tiny pieces, and bury them an inch deep near the roots. Banana peels are a massive natural source of potassium, which is the primary fuel required for building large, sturdy, and colorful blooms. This organic approach feeds the soil microbes as well as the plant, creating a sustainable cycle of growth. Now that your plant is fed and healthy, you need to protect those new expensive-looking blooms from the tiny predators that want to destroy them before they even have a chance to open. Step 5. The Organic Shield. My absolute favorite secret for total rose protection is a simple, homemade mixture of organic neem oil and a few drops of mild dish soap diluted in water. Spraying this on your plants once a week during the early evening creates a natural, invisible barrier against aphids, thrips, and mites that love to feast on young, tender rosebuds. Many gardeners lose their best flowers because they don't see these tiny pests until the damage is already done. By applying this organic shield as a preventative measure, you ensure that the plant's energy goes into flowering rather than healing from insect attacks. This final fix is the insurance policy for your garden, ensuring that all the hard work you've put into pruning, aerating, and feeding actually results in a breathtaking display of flowers. If you follow these 5 steps consistently, your garden will look completely different and significantly more professional in just 10 days.